In the heart of America's southeast, nestled between bustling Atlanta and the tranquil Appalachian Mountains, lies a state with a rich history and a disturbing secret. This is the story of how Georgia fell victim to the biggest financial crime in its history, a tale of greed, deception, and the devastating consequences for thousands of unsuspecting victims. Imagine waking up one day to find that your entire life savings have vanished without a trace. Your dreams of retirement, your children's education, and your peace of mind, all gone. This was the harsh reality for more than 10,000 Georgians when their trusted financial advisor, Guy W. Cooper II, disappeared with over $176 million in stolen funds. Cooper, a charismatic and well-respected figure in Georgia's high society, had spent years ingratiating himself into the lives of his victims. He promised them security, prosperity, and a bright future. But behind closed doors, Cooper was living a lie, one that would unravel in a jaw-dropping scheme to defraud friends, family, and total strangers out of their hard-earned money. The scale of this financial crime is almost unprecedented. It's a story that exposes the darker side of the American dream, where trust can be exploited for unimaginable gain. This tale of deceit isn't just about numbers on a balance sheet, it's about real people whose lives were forever changed by one man's greed. As we delve into the intricate details of this case, you'll meet some of the victims who lost everything and hear first-hand accounts from investigators who tirelessly pursued Cooper across state lines. This is a story that challenges our perceptions about wealth, success, and the true cost of betrayal. Welcome to The Money Trail. The Money Trail continues with an in-depth look at the key players involved in what has been dubbed the biggest financial crime in Georgia history. At the center of this web of deceit stands Aaron Cooper, a man once revered for his business acumen and philanthropic endeavors. However, beneath this veneer of respectability lurked a dangerous fraudster who would eventually bring down not only his own empire, but also the lives of countless others. Among those most affected by Cooper's actions are his former employees and investors, many of whom lost their entire life savings due to his deceit. One such victim, Martha Williams, recalls her initial trust in Cooper, stating, "He seemed like such a genuine person, always ready to help others. I never imagined he could do something so terrible." On the other side of the investigation are the dedicated men and women of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Led by GBI agent John Thompson and SEC enforcement attorney Sarah Nelson, these relentless pursuers worked tirelessly to unravel Cooper's complex financial schemes. Thompson, a seasoned investigator with over 2 decades of experience, describes the challenges they faced. Cooper was extremely skilled at hiding his tracks. It took months just to trace the money flows and identify all the shell companies he'd set up. Nelson, who played a crucial role in building the federal case against Cooper, adds, "What made this case even more difficult was that Cooper wasn't just stealing from faceless corporations, he was preying on ordinary people's dreams and retirement plans." As the investigation unfolds, we'll see how Cooper's actions shatter not only individual lives, but also the very fabric of trust that binds our communities together. This is a story that exposes the raw underbelly of financial crime, revealing the devastating consequences of greed and betrayal. And as you follow the money trail, prepare to meet the real people whose lives were forever changed by one man's insatiable appetite for wealth and power. In 2014, the quiet, picturesque town of Carrollton, Georgia, became the unlikely epicenter of an elaborate financial crime. At the heart of this scheme was a man named Andy Bergantino, who had built a reputation as a successful businessman and philanthropist. However, what lay beneath that veneer was a web of deceit that would eventually unravel, causing immeasurable damage to the